Dude, by the way, there's been some fucking weird shit going on in my apartment lately.
Did you order one of those weird? Let's record.
No, like stuff's been moving and everything.
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
Jacob,
Yep.
countdown.
On three.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Yo, hello, welcome. We don't know what we're talking about. This is the show with bullshit news, real opinions, fucking, I don't know. It's some fuck shit.
It's a show.
46. It's episode 46. I am Brian Dibbs, aka Mr. Bad. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Jacob Wolf, aka the Wolfman.
What's going on, guys?
We got Caleb behind the boards this week.
I'm here.
He's here. All right, there we go. He's here.
He is.
Great way to start it out, fellas. We got a bunch of shit to talk about. Video games, movie news. Apple's got a new fucking thing for video games. Google has a new fucking thing for video games. PlayStation's showing new video games. We got new Marvel shit we want to talk about. Avengers Endgame, very, very close.
Yeah,
it is
cool.
literally a month away. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this asshole who fucked over Google and Facebook. It's actually pretty funny. But before we get into any of that, Jacob Wolf, please tell them where they can find us.
All right, as always, the best place to get all your Bad Wolf Entertainment news is over at www.badwolfentertainment.com. There you can go to get to all of the podcasts, all of the Twitches, all of the videos on YouTube, all that jazz. One convenient place. But if you want to get more than just that, you can also go over to Instagram. We are at BadWolfENT. We're on Twitter at BadWolfCrew. And if you want to send us a direct email without using the website, send it to us at badwolfentertainment910@gmail.com. All this information is going to be listed below in the description. And of course, as always, if you feel like we earned it, throw us a couple bucks over on Patreon. Get some free stuff. We're going to be making stickers. We just finally got a shirt finally for Caleb, which is on its way. The order is going in tonight. So we're moving shit now.
Yep,
Making waves now.
I'm the CEO of this company, and I still haven't received my shirt. So
I haven't seen you like in literally 2 months. Like, this is ridiculous. This is like probably the longest I haven't seen you in a while.
yeah.
And you're not gonna see me this weekend because I'm going to Pittsburgh.
Why? Why'd you just throw that out there? Oh, you're not gonna see me this weekend, like.
Because
Like-
I was trying to see you last weekend and I didn't get to because you're
Well, I had
working.
to work
So I'm
last
assuming that you're not working this weekend, which means
I'm not working this weekend, but
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta go.
Even though you're not working,
Tyler,
I'm not available.
Tyler's having we're having a thing.
Like a threesome or?
Nah, we're having a thing for Tyler because he's going out of town on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's not going out of town. He's moving. So
Tyler Gainey?
yes,
Probably shouldn't
dear friend Tyler.
throw out names, but okay. Cool.
Yeah. So what have you been watching this week? What have you been playing this week? Because I haven't been playing anything. I've been watching something. I'm gonna get to it, but
Okay.
I haven't been playing anything.
I've been playing a lot of NHL 19 because it was on sale for like $15 fucking or whatever it was.
Mhm.
So you guys know I'm a huge hockey fan. You know the Pens are about to make the playoffs. The Canes
Sharks
are about
already
to make
made
the
the
playoffs
playoffs.
as well for the first time in a long time. And living so close to the Canes Stadium, me and Lindsay are definitely going to at least one of those playoff games. I've also been playing the Division 2.
Wait a second. Don't take another step forward in what you've been playing unless you say that the San Jose Sharks already made the playoffs and they're the best in the West.
They're not
Say
the best
that
in the
and
West.
just say that and then.
I can't
then move on.
I can't just speak lies though, Brian.
But they already did make the playoffs. That's not a lie.
Okay, but they're not the best in the West. That's
But
a lie.
they are. Just stroke my ego. Say they're the best in the West.
Have they even made the playoffs yet? I'm looking at it right now. They haven't clinched.
Interesting. All right.
What
Move
am I
on.
looking at? Am I looking at the wrong
No, you
spot?
looked at it too long. You've looked at it too long. Just move on now.
No. I'm still here. They're not even on the board. What the what is going on here?
I don't know. You're taking too
Oh
much
no,
time.
they did. Okay,
I
cool.
know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I said.
They're 6
I
points
said
behind
33
Tyler.
seconds ago.
Nah, fuck you. Anyway, so yeah, been playing the Division 2. Got back into
How is
2K
that?
for a little bit, just because
Wait.
basketball's going on.
How does Division?
I didn't play any of the last one. I'm not really into looter shooters at all. I tried playing Destiny, but I just couldn't get into it because it didn't make any sense. The story of the Division makes sense to me, so I don't have a hard time getting into the game. So like,
Okay.
I know what I'm doing at all times because like it's set in DC, which is like probably one of my most favorite cities in the world. In the worlds, yeah. I
In
said
the
that.
world, in all of the worlds.
I'm really big into multi-universe theory here, okay? But
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 what
yeah,
are you gonna
I
do when
really
you
like it.
beat the campaign? Do
I'm
you have people you can play with? Because
honestly,
because
by the time I beat the campaign, I'll probably be onto something new.
in
Let's be
essence it's
honest.
exactly like Destiny, in
Yeah,
which after you beat the
and that's what's
campaign,
supposed to be.
there's
It's just
nothing
that I know myself. The
you have to
one
be able to play
person,
with people.
the one person I know that plays looter shooters like this, he's big in Anthem, uh, but he told me he wasn't going to play Division, so I decided to get on my PlayStation instead of on my PC. And lo and behold, this last weekend he went ahead and bought it on his PC as well. So I literally have nobody to play it with.
Hmm.
So I mean, chances are like once I complete the main campaign, I might do like one or two missions afterwards. But I'm gonna lose interest. I know myself.
You know, at the Google Stadia, you wouldn't have that problem.
You know that's true. If I had the Google Stadia, everything would just be okay.
Yeah, I'm not still not convinced. There were some early reviews that came out of that, and it did not fare so well. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a lot of
Um,
indies. What about you? What have you been watching? What have you been playing?
like I said, haven't really been playing anything. Yoshi comes out Friday, so I'll be playing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can take that on my trip. Oh, thank God.
Yes. So I'll be playing that, and then Days Gone comes out in I think 3 weeks or something like that. So that'll be the next big game I get.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing anything. Have been watching these cool fucking docu-series on Netflix. Caleb, you should check these out. Jacob, I know really probably won't. He's gonna forget about it as soon as I finish talking about it.
Facts.
But it's three of them. It's called. I watched the 2000s. It's called the 2000s. I watched that one first, and then there's one called the 90s, and there's one called the 80s.
Oh,
And
I've
it's just
seen
like,
those.
I've seen the '90s one.
and so you've seen the 90s one. You watched the whole thing, bro. Okay, so there's 8 episodes each of these things, probably right. They're probably like an hour long. They're like an hour long, right, Caleb?
Yeah.
Watched all of this shit in like 4 days. I was fucking captivated by this shit. Like, could not stop watching these shits. Like, I watched the 2000s ones first because I was like, oh, like, that's when I grew up. Like, this is my shit. Like, this is the culture I grew up with. And then I was out to dinner with some friends, and a buddy was like, nah, me and my wife are watching the 90s one. And I was like, there's a 90s one? I'm like, what the fuck? So I watched that one, and then the 80s one, I learned a lot with all of them, but they were really cool. But the 80s one, 80s one, I learned the most, obviously, because we weren't born. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was born in, me and Jake were born in, no, I was born in 90, Jake was born in 91. Caleb, you were born in
'93.
93, yeah.
So our real memory of the 90s is basically 96 and on.
96 and up, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you like first really start to remember real shit.
Caleb probably more like 98, I guess. But
Yeah, mine was like
Yeah.
97, 98.
Yeah. So they were cool. I definitely recommend them if you like docuseries like that, if you like learning shit, like, you know,
Yeah.
seeing footage, stuff like that, it's cool. I really fucking enjoyed them. I wish there was more. Hopefully they come out with more. I think they're made by CNN. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, that was dope.
Better than VHG's This is the 90s or I Heart the 90s or whatever it was.
It was those, but it was that format. It chops it up into like big events.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily in like year order. It's just like, you know, they just flow
like
very
this
nicely
event
with
carried
big
on
events.
from this time to this time. So
Exactly.
The whole thing.
But it's just like sophisticated.
How
you know,
long
it's
did they
not
talk about the
pop
Monica
culture.
Lewinsky scandal?
There's a whole episode about Bill Clinton.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the cover, like the Netflix logo, is the picture of Bill Clinton talking? So that's what,
okay.
Like
yeah,
I saw
yeah.
going through my feed. It's like
I got you.
recommended for
No,
me.
yeah. There's a whole episode about him.
Cool.
Honestly, the 2 episodes that I found the most interesting were in the 2000s, and it was the 9/11 episode and the George Bush episode.
That would be
Those were very, very, very intriguing to see.
Yeah.
Because it actually painted a different light about George Bush for me. Because obviously he's known to be like the goofy, the dumb president who got us into this fuck shit. Which I mean he is that, but it kind of shows how he was kind of like
manipulated by Dick Cheney.
That, and it was like, I have to be this tough guy for this country right now. I can't look weak. I cannot look weak whatsoever. So whatever decisions I have to make, no matter how much it's gonna fuck everything up, like that's what we're gonna do.
If
Because
I say it,
because
we're gonna follow
we
through with it.
because we have to be the superpower of the world still. So he was misled, as politicians are, and it really kind of broke down.
So what you're saying is that it makes you think a little bit higher of George Bush or George W. a little bit, maybe. Would you say that?
No.
Not really.
I don't.
You just understand where it came from, I guess. Then maybe.
It was very intriguing to see it broke down, and really, because I mean that was what 2001, 2000. I was 11, 12 years old. I didn't know what the fuck did I know about anything.
I just moved to fucking
So,
Japan at the time, so I mean,
that was cool.
Out of it.
But I told you guys before we started that I had a theory. I was going to bring up to you guys. So I got this theory from watching these docuseries, because every single docuseries, 80s, 90s, 2000s, there's an episode, or there's a half an episode, or there's a segment about how women empowerment and like women being equal was like such a big deal in this decade. Like every decade, it was such a big deal. It was such a big movement. Blah 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 blah. And they showed it in like different things: politics, music, sport. Like they showed it in all aspects. So this is my theory. Now let me just say this before I say my theory.
That means this is outlandish shit. Jeez.
This is a theory. All right. I obviously believe women should be equal. You know what I'm saying? Because people always tell me happy wife, happy life. My whole thing is equal rights, happy life. All right. So it's just like, it's because they always say like, because like the hypocrisy is, women want equal rights, but they also want to be treated like women. You know what I'm saying? They want to be downed, like not downed as women, but they want to be taken care of. Like that's like the stereotypical wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can do what I want. I'm free, but I still want to be taken care of. And maybe necessarily I don't want to work. I want to just be at home and blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying your wife thinks that. I'm not saying your wife thinks that. I'm not saying any of our friends' wives think that. I'm saying that is like a stereotype of American wives, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, this is my theory. This is my theory of why.
Quick, man. You are losing it here.
This is why I think women will never be 100% equal in America. This is a theory. It's because they all don't want to be. Think about it. At some point in the history of existence, the male decided we are superior.
Depending on
we are better. We are better. We do this. Women are less than us. All men decided that. Correct? Would you say that's correct?
No, I would not say all men, because actually in some Native American cultures, women did lead the tribes as opposed to the men. So I would say in the predominant white European culture, yes. And that's what eventually, conquered the fucking world. So in that sense, I agree with you.
Okay. So, but even in like common households, like, I'm not common households, but like stereotypically in America, we'll just say America, like the man is the high patriarchy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how it is. So, and that's because at some point in existence, men said, we're going to take this role. But I feel like if women would all just, this is a theory. I'm not going to say I think. This is a theory.
It's your theory,
though. All women.
So own it.
No, because I've talked about this with my wife, so it's not like I'm like fucking throwing this away. It's like if all women at some point in existence said, nah, fuck this, and almost kind of like overthrew men, that would show equality. But that will never happen because all women don't want that. Some women want to stay at home and be taken care of.
I mean, yeah.
Some women also don't want to work.
In that sense, though, I mean,
some women don't believe. Yeah, but at the end of the day,
Wow.
even if society is the one that planted in your brain, it's like,
I mean, how many?
yeah, I gotta take care of this shit. Like, I'm still the man around this motherfucker. Like, you know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
I mean
Like,
that's obviously the mindset. But to go on your theory there, a big part of the reason why Trump won is because white women voted for him because that ideal, even though he came across as this fucking sexist piece of shit, women still voted for the sexist piece of shit,
piece of shit.
thinking that oh well he's a man's man, that's why I need to vote for him too. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean there is some truth to it. Obviously, I mean
I hope at one time in our life we see that. We see all women just overthrow the patriarchy of men.
it's bound to happen eventually because I mean, honestly, it's all it's gonna take is
Caleb,
one more war
Caleb,
for
when was the
women to kick us
last?
out of
When was
fucking
the last
business.
like? When was like the last big women's like uprising that like made a difference, like politically, culturally?
I mean, I would say we might be in the midst of one right now. I mean, we just
I was
had,
gonna say that. I was gonna say it's probably the Me Too movement that we're going through.
yeah.
Okay, I agree.
It's a current
Definitely.
thing. Like we're not gonna realize it until about 10 more years from now. Like, hey, that made a difference.
But also with racism, that Me Too thing gets taken advantage of.
Well, like any movement, things are gonna be taken advantage of, though, too. I mean, especially in this day and age of social media, anyone can turn any statement into something negative if they want to, or about
So how do
themselves if they
we?
want to.
So
I mean, look at the no, like real quick. Look at the kneeling for police brutality. The rest of the NFL took it to say "fuck Trump," and that kind of made that movement look bad. So I mean, any movement can get a negative light shown on it by someone trying to use it to their own gains. That's not necessarily what the original purpose was.
how do we get to this utopia that we want, though?
You don't. It's
Of,
impossible.
of
You can't
literally
get to a
everybody
utopia.
being equal. How does it happen? Tell me how it happens. Tell me how it happens.
Of everyone being equal.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I'm not the one to ask about that. I don't fucking know.
It can't be because at some
I mean,
point,
racially,
at some point in existence, one group has said we are superior.
Oh yeah, I mean that's throughout history. That's always happened. I mean, racially, it's probably going to be, once there's no more color left, in was it 10,000 years from now? I guess whenever everyone's like just your shade of brown. That's the only time racism is ever going to die, is whenever there's no more different races, because there's always going to be that one fucking idiot that thinks that is better than everybody else, regardless of what's actually going on. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to sexism, it's going to come down to once, maybe around the same time, whenever everyone's just finally accepted that this is how life is.
So
once there's enough disparity between, or not so much disparity between sexes, I guess, just through evolution, regular evolution of any species leads to that kind of shit.
So now that we've unpacked it, because it was just in my head before, now that we've unpacked it, I would tweak my theory to say more of like, we can't be equal because maybe groups are just afraid to say that we are equal. Like, you can say it all you want, but people are afraid to do an uprising. Like, black slaves were afraid of an uprising. Like, they didn't do it. But what if they did?
I mean, there were several of them. There were several.
No.
But you mean like every single slave in America at one time?
I mean, literally every, and that's what I keep. That's what I mean.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page before I.
Yeah. I mean, there'll be the outlier, the 0.1% or the 0.01%. But I'm saying that 99.9% said, "Nah, fuck that. We're equal."
You know when that's gonna happen?
And I think women could do that, and I wish they would.
You know what's gonna happen? Kim Jong-un.
It's just gonna kill us.
No, he's gonna launch a nuke, right? It's gonna be in there. 5 minutes into flight. Aliens come down, intercept the nuke, pull it away. USA. Now, or not USA, Earth. Now, a part of the Galactic Federation, a subsidiary of fucking planet motherfucker out there in another star system. We are now working for them. And at that point, once we're all working for somebody else, that's when everyone's going to be equal.
Humans are so competitive, though, that they would argue that the aliens hovered over their continent and saved them first.
Yeah.
So
And
they
then
are
guess
more
what?
superior than
Once
everybody
those
else.
people start saying shit, aliens are gonna come down, zap them motherfuckers, and then like, no, you all suck.
I guess just
There's a
humanity
reason
thrives.
why UFO activity increased after the first nuke was dropped.
I
The aliens
guess
were like, nah, nukes can't be happening.
I guess humanity just thrives on competition.
I mean,
I guess that's what it comes down to.
I mean, I'm sure you know the same thing. Like anytime that you are trying to beat somebody at something, I mean, look at the Cold War. I mean, the only reason we made it to the fucking moon was because we were trying to beat the Russians there.
Allegedly went to the moon. Allegedly.
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 Yeah, it would cost a lot more money to fake that shit than it would have to actually do it. I think.
An uprising of people would be cool to see.
Yes.
While we're alive.
And we'll get that uprising when we uprise against our alien lizard masters. Anyway. Hey, I'm just over here spouting facts, okay?
Yeah.
You got your theories.
Caleb.
I got these facts.
Caleb, did you have anything streaming on Netflix this week?
Yeah, I got a little bit. Let me pull out the handy dandy notebook.
The notebook. You're still using pencils?
It's actually a phone.
Oh, I'm getting a new phone this weekend.
What you gonna get?
I'm gonna get a new iPhone.
Yo.
You guys ready?
Yeah, wait on you,
Yeah,
bud.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about iPhones. All right,
No.
so on Friday, season 3 of the Santa Clarita Diet is gonna premiere, which I watched like one season of it. It's all right. Didn't watch season 2.
It's got Drew Barrymore in it.
Yes, Drew Barrymore and Timothy Oliphant. Then there's a film coming out also on Friday, The Highwaymen, which I'm interested in watching. This film stars Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson as the two Texas Rangers who helped bring down legendary outlaws Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, shit.
So that looks interesting. Osmosis Season 1 is coming on Friday. That's this Paraset series centers on a dating app that can find a user's absolute perfect match so long as they're okay with the tech taking control over their whole existence. Sounds like a Black Mirror type of deal.
Every time I hear the word osmosis, I think of Osmosis Jones.
Me too. Underrated film.
So
Yes.
underrated.
Yes.
The Legend of Cocaine Island comes out on Friday.
Shit.
This
Let's
Theo
go.
Love documentary, formerly known as White Tide, The Legend of Colbert, centers on a businessman whose desperation drives him to try and uncover a rumored fortune hidden in the Caribbean. And then the last thing I have is On My Block Season 2, which is about a group of LA high school kids who resolve the first season's major cliffhangers, but I didn't see the first season, so I don't know what those cliffhangers are.
Oh, guess we
And
gotta
that's
catch up
all I
on that
got.
one.
That's it. All right. Well, that's what's streaming. So some Endgame posted. You guys, everybody, we posted them on the Instagram, so obviously we've all seen them. But
Yes.
the Endgame, they Marvel released some posters yesterday. It's 1 month until Endgame, and it's all the posters of all the characters. They're either blacked out, black and white if they're dead, or they're colored. And blah, blah, blah. Anything surprising about these pictures? Did you guys see anything that I didn't see?
No. I mean, it's just a picture of everyone's face. I mean,
But you know how people are. It's like, they're facing some way.
I mean, like,
Did
if
see a meme with the Happy Hogan poster, and it's got like all the arithmetic and mathematics going on that you see in memes, and it's confused Happy because it's like, am I gonna have to fight Thanos? Because he doesn't really. I don't see why he's on a poster, but
he's alive.
That's the only reason, to let you know he's alive.
Well, he did direct and star in the first 2 Iron Mans, and he executive produced all 3 of them.
True.
And you can't just not put him on there. It's Jon Favreau.
I mean, I like the guy. I'm just saying.
Marvel also released that the movie will be 3 hours and 2 minutes. How many piss breaks does this equate?
it equates to a catheter.
I was gonna
That's
say,
what
bring a
that
cup.
equates to. I'm not getting out of my chair. Like,
I'm gonna have to at least piss once because I'm gonna murder the cherry Coke.
That is
in
true.
the first
I,
in
you
the
know
first
what?
act.
That's very true. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll be drinking Lindsay's Coke by the end of it. Just trying not to piss myself, probably. But I mean,
There was rumors of an
no one is
intermission.
complaining about the 3 hours thing, though. I've not seen a single complaint.
Really? I saw some shit on Reddit that said that it could just be drawn out, like a lot of bullshit, like a lot of filler.
Well, the people on Reddit can shut the fuck up.
So all right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're complaining about this movie being 3 hours, like, this is what we wanted. There's too many loose ends to tie up with this storyline. We've been building up to this movie for, what, 10 years now? 20 years now?
What if at the end of it it's not done and they're like, psych, part 3 coming May 2020?
I would just piss in the theater then. I would just piss on the seat at that point. That's what they deserve after that.
No intermission, right? Because there was rumors.
I mean, it'd be fine if they did an intermission. I think it'd be kind of weird. It's not a theater show. Like, it's not a play.
I wouldn't
Well, it
mind
wouldn't be the first time a movie has had an intermission.
Yeah,
Very true.
Titanic
Green Mile
had
has
right?
one, and Titanic had one.
Titanic had one.
Yeah.
I saw Titanic in theaters when
But
I
that
was
was
a small
also
boy.
back before, like, long movies were a normal thing, though, too. I mean, every movie nowadays, or at least most movies nowadays, are about 2 to 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but not 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah,
And
but
really,
you still hit
and
those.
check it out. It's not even really 3 hours and 2 minutes. It's going to be about 3 hours and 9 minutes, because they don't count credits, I don't think, with runtime.
Well, all I'm saying is there was no intermission.
And you're
for
going to
Lord of
have
the
to
Rings.
wait for the credits to. Ooh, you think there's going to be an end in? You think there's going to be
An end credit?
an end credit?
Yeah.
Why? It's over.
Marvel. No, what the end credit scene is going to be something to set up the next set of Avengers. Because
They're not doing Avengers again. They already said that.
well, you know what I'm saying. Well, they're still going to have like fucking something going on. Like something, the next big storyline is going to be set up. Like they might have like Galactus like fucking make an appearance or something like that.
The way
Or they'll
that
do
Marvel made
something-
it seem was,
you know, like-
they didn't want to build for a whole new universe again. They kind of wanted to try some new stuff, and then try to tie it in together later.
You know what it'll probably be then? It'll probably just be like the end of the first one where they're sitting there eating shawarma. Something like that. Something jokey then.
I don't want that.
You don't have to want it. That's what you're going to get, though.
I don't want an end credit scene. I just want it to be over. I want to just be satisfied.
It's never over.
What if we get another, like, PSA from Captain America?
Nah, he's gonna be dead.
Oh, yeah, but...
Like 100%, he's dying.
like, didn't they straight up say, like, there's only going to be 2 Avengers left out of the originals?
I didn't see
Like,
that.
there was some, like, apparently the Russo brothers, like, leaked that there's only going to be, like, 2 of the original Avengers left.
Think about what you just said.
I mean, I saw something about it today.
Did you
I didn't do
honestly
any
think the
research on it.
Russo brothers are gonna leak
I
anything?
know, right? I know, like, as soon as I said those words, I was like, God damn it. But, I mean, we can look it up. Look it up. We'll figure it out.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like they're really building this thing up to be the end. Like, this is the end.
It's the end game.
Although, I did see a cool theory that said after Tony gets out of space and after, you know, they get the people out of the quantum realm or whatever, the suit that Tony builds will be able to yield the Infinity Stones. And I thought that was cool. Like, that's how they beat Thanos.
They can heal the Infinity Stones? What?
Huh?
You said that the suit he builds, it heals the Infinity Stones?
Wields.
Oh, wields. Like, he builds the gauntlet into his suit.
Like, he builds the suit and it can hold all the Infinity Stones. And that's
I mean,
how
I guess that could work if they bring the dwarf guy, Tyrion's character, back to Earth.
And why? They don't need him. They have Shiri. I'm sure Shiri could develop something. Black magic.
Maybe.
Grayed out.
Huh?
He's grayed out.
Yeah, that's what I said, though. After they go into the quantum realm and get everybody out.
Oh, they're bringing her back. I got you.
They bring her
I mean,
back.
it's comics. No one's dead. We already know that Peter Parker's coming back for sure. So
Although, I am a tad bit annoyed that they gave Gamora a poster. Because it's like, she doesn't deserve to come back. The bitch died. All right?
She straight up died. She
yeah,
really
like,
died.
she's dead.
Everyone else got snapped.
Yeah.
That bitch got
She
thrown.
doesn't deserve it.
Like,
Well, there's a theory that she's just trapped in the Soul Stone.
Oh yeah, I mean I think that's the theory for everybody that got snapped though too, is that they're in
God,
their own.
that's just bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that not going to be so unsatisfying to anybody but me?
and that's the one thing I'm really worried about is that they're just gonna basically retcon everything. Like it's gonna be,
Why can't she just die?
and that's why I really hope there's some finality to it. But like that if Spider-Man comes back, because we already know there's a Spider-Man movie coming out a couple months afterwards, he's got to come back.
And why should Vision come back?
Man, fuck Vision. I am not a fan of Vision. Like
He got his forehead ripped out twice.
Yo,
Not once,
yo,
twice.
yo, he got fucked
So
up.
he doesn't deserve it.
I don't know. I'm just worried that they're gonna do some like Captain Marvel. Just by the way, we called in a god here. She can one punch him. You know what I mean? Like
One Punch Man.
exactly. One Punch Man shows up on the scene, just fucking kills Thanos immediately.
I honestly don't think that she is going to be the one fighting. I
don't
think
think so?
she is going to come in, do some weird time dimensional shit, kind of get everybody back, help, and her and Ant-Man will help get everybody back. And then I really think Thor is going to fuck this guy up, like for real.
Like just like straight fighting wise.
Yeah. I think he's going to fuck him up.
I could see that. Like this time he actually goes for the head kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like make a play on that, I guess.
Because they made that such a big thing.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be a callback.
Oh, I mean something. I mean now my question is, how much of this movie are we gonna see Thanos? Because like the last movie was a Thanos movie.
I mean, as of right now, motherfucker's just sitting on his farm.
Exactly. Like, is he really gonna be doing anything?
I don't think so because I don't probably think he's thinking
They will
they're
come back.
they're trying to come back. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
He's satisfied. He
Yeah.
won.
yeah. Well, I mean, they got to at least show him like fixing the gauntlet or like trying to heal himself or something. Like, because if he doesn't have the gauntlet, like, he's gonna get fucked up like immediately. Like, he's gonna die real quick.
I mean, he's still a strong motherfucker.
He's still a strong guy, but he's nowhere near as powerful without the gauntlet. Like,
I think him and Hulk might be around even when he doesn't have the gauntlet, but he was able to beat Hulk because he already had 2 Infinity Stones.
yeah, I was gonna say when he had beaten Hulk, that's what I was about to say. He already did
Yeah.
have 2 stones. So
That's what I'm
like,
saying, but I still
Yeah.
think he's on like the level strength of Hulk, though. I could be wrong. I don't.
If
I don't
that's
I
the
could be
case,
wrong.
if that is the case, though, then I mean, you're probably correct in saying that Thor is going to be the one that fucks him up. Because I mean, the only reason Thor was created in the comics originally was so that they had someone to contend with Hulk. So we'll see.
I don't know. Interesting.
I mean, I'm excited about it. Obviously, I mean, we're all excited about it. Like that goes without saying.
Pre-order tickets go out April 2nd, so it's
April
coming
2nd?
up Tuesday.
Okay, cool. I need to make sure I purchase those because we need to see that the night of
I'm still debating if I'm gonna go 9 o'clock or
next morning.
that Friday.
Probably best for us would be to go on Thursday.
It's gonna be so packed. People are gonna
Yeah.
be clapping and being annoying.
That is very true, though. My best bet would be to go right after work on
Just want
Friday.
to watch the movie Beast.
Because I get off work at 2 o'clock on Fridays, so I can go like right at like 2:30 watch this film.
What on a Friday?
Yeah.
I just have to look at the. I don't know if I don't have my work schedule. I might have that day off, so I could hit the first showing that.
We should
That
watch
Friday.
this together if we can, though.
All right, wow, you want to jerk me the whole time?
I mean, I might have to. I might be that excited. If we
Um,
get you to drive up here, though, and come watch this at like the Alamo with me or something like that, that'd be pretty perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure
Whatever.
it out.
Captain Marvel, hit 2 box office milestones, crossing the 300 million domestic and 900 million worldwide.
Wow.
I mean, it's not
It's a lot of money.
surprising. I just don't think it's that good.
Yeah, I mean, like we've said before, it's
Caleb,
a
did you see it?
B-tier MCU film.
Mhm.
Yeah, we talked.
Of course.
I mean,
What did you think again?
Oh yeah. No, you said you felt it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
I disagreed with that a little bit in the sense that it's not necessary for Endgame, but it's necessary for maybe future things that they want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like kind of
Gotcha.
setting a precedence for her existence on Earth in the first place, I guess.
Yeah.
If they don't bring
Why she's not there.
the Rogue storyline in with Captain Marvel, I'll stand to the grave. Her movies are useless. Her completely fucking useless.
I mean,
I'm sure they'll bring that in.
There's got to be a reason why they fought for these X-Men rights though too. So I mean, like they have plans to do something with it. So
Yeah. So what is this money Endgame's gonna make?
what kind of money is Endgame gonna make?
Yeah.
All
all
the money.
All the currency in the entire world will just be put in a basket and handed to the Russo brothers.
Russo brothers gonna snap. That money is going to come funneling in.
Half the money in the world.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Maybe some crazy shit if like they make billions. Like, yeah, we broke even on the film. Like,
yeah, you know,
we got 20 people we got to pay here. Like, they all
financially wasn't really a success for us, but
it was fun though. It was fun though, right?
Yeah, everybody had a good time.
We laughed, we cried. It was a good time.
Chris Evans apparently said he cried a couple times filming it. Suck it up, pussy. You're an actor. I mean, come on.
Hey, by the way,
no offense, Caleb, but I'm just like,
Caleb, remember
like, no, I already blew Caleb's mind away earlier.
If we ever see Caleb cry,
listeners can take that how they want to take that. We'll let that ride.
The first time I see Caleb in like a big feature film and he starts crying, I'm gonna text him in the theater.
No. No, that's not why I said that. I said that because it's like you're interrupting $1 billion movie so you can get some tears out because you can't hold it in for the next minute and a half, Chris Evans. Get it together, all right?
Wait, he was crying like on set, like during the...
Bro, while they were filming, he was crying
because
he was emotional. No, it wasn't part of the script. It wasn't in the script. It didn't say cry here.
Real quick, Caleb, when you are acting, does it have lines in the script that say cry here?
Yes, of course it does.
He's saying no.
No.
He's saying no. Brian said, of course it does.
Like
this motherfucker's been on every fucking
depends.
scene
Sometimes it'll say that, but it's rare, and if it does, it's rare because if it does, it freaks actors out because they're like, oh shit, I gotta cry on page 9. How do I get there? I'm on page 6. You know what I mean? So I mean, it'll say it sometimes, but a lot of times it doesn't.
But what do you mean? Because you gotta like know when to cry.
No. I mean,
from what's going on in the scene, though. Right?
But like, if you know,
What if your
like,
mother gets her fucking throat slit, you're supposed to stand there like a murderer, like you're the murderer. like, what do you mean?
No, it's because like, all right,
sense,
so like acting is like you're living this character's truth, right? So you as the actor should know, like, would my character cry here? Maybe not. It depends. And then if a playwright or a screenwriter or anybody puts in, all right, here she bawls like a baby, you're gonna be thinking that in the back of your mind, like, oh my god, can I get to that place? Can I start crying at this exact moment? You know what I mean? It's doable. It's just sometimes it's in the back of your mind, and it
freaks you out.
Caleb, next time you go to an audition, and let's just say the scene is your lover gets murdered in front of your eyes, like tied up and murdered.
Make it as weird as possible.
And murdered, bro. Like,
lover.
Fucking blood everywhere.
I'll just start laughing.
I want you to sit there with the straightest fucking stone face that you can. I want no emotion.
Oh, that's my specialty.
And let's see if you get that job.
Yeah.
Let's just see.
Don't get to the part of the detective. That's what that is.
Let's see. Because they're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, hey asshole, why didn't you cry? Your wife was just murdered. And you're gonna be like, wasn't written on the script.
I'm not saying if it's not written there, you can't do it.
It's the dumbest shit you've ever said, bro.
It just seems wild to me that it's not written on the script when you are supposed to cry.
Well, because
you've also never acted before, bro. Like, you never.
Yeah, of course. I'm being ignorant. That's the point of the show. We don't know what we're talking about.
There we go. That's all we want to hear. That's all we want him to say is I'm ignorant. I don't know.
Just like my theory earlier, it was a ignorant theory. It fell. The theory fell flat. It's all right. We just keep it moving.
Oh my god.
We speak in ignorance, and everybody's okay at the end of the day.
I'll
That's the
invite
title
you
right
to
there. We
my
speak in
first
ignorance.
acting workshop.
No. I don't want to be an actor. I respect you for being an actor. I wouldn't be able to take it seriously enough.
Mm.
Like, I would be acting. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, I
you
get you.
tell I would be acting.
Right.
I think if I were to actually do the acting, like, I feel like I would like lose my own self though. That'd be my concern. Like if I really got into a character, like
You mean like Heath Ledger style? Like,
yeah, like I feel like I
Jesus
wouldn't come out of
Christ.
it for a while.
Jesus Christ.
Like I'm a murderer now, so that's
Oh.
got into character.
So, I
guys.
mean, y'all just got to deal with that. Hopefully it's not you.
Yeah. Sorry for the serial killing there in the city, but I had to get into character.
Yeah. No. Acting is dope. I respect it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. You would tell. You'd definitely be able to tell I was acting.
Yeah, like anytime when we finally get asked to do commercials, like for Mountain Dew, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be like Luke Kuechly commercials.
I mean, if we're gonna just talk about Mountain Dew all of a sudden.
Okay, sure. Let's go for it.
Tried another one of the Game Fuels, fellas.
Oh shit.
It was the cherry one, which I was like, this is gonna taste like Code Red. This is gonna be a charged Code Red. It was not.
Yep.
Tasted like Robitussin. 100% tasted like cherry.
Yo, get some of that tussin in it.
100,000%. Like, remember how the last time we did a Mountain Dew review, I said the lemonade Mountain Dew was the worst Mountain Dew product? This is just slightly above the Mountain Dew. This is just, I mean, slightly above the lemonade. So if, I don't know how many numbers of Mountain Dews there are, but we're just gonna spitball 25. So if the lemonade is 25, the charged Robitussin Cherry Blast Game Fuel 24 and a half. All right. Terrible.
Jesus Christ.
Terrible.
Yo, I had the original flavor the other day of the Game Fuel.
Oh, tell us about it.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your review.
It literally tastes like Mountain Dew, like just regular ass Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Plus,
as it should.
Yeah, exactly, like it should. But like if it was poured into a Monster can, if that makes any sense. Like there's that,
so it's like,
that distinct energy drink feeling almost. Like I don't know if it's the ginseng or whatever the fuck it is.
So somebody poured a Monster out.
Yes.
And then poured the Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
Yeah, so it's got like the dregs of Monster in there.
Interesting.
But it tastes like it's clearly just basic ass Mountain Dew, which I appreciate.
I have
originally from West Virginia, so you know I love that shit. But
I have the last flavor.
What? Oh, the last flavor that
I have the last flavor needed to complete the Mountain Dew Infinity Gauntlet in my refrigerator right now.
Mountain Dew Endgame.
It's the orange citrus one, I think. But I'm not gonna open that right now.
I didn't know they had an orange citrus one.
Yeah, it's an orange can.
They have an orange Coke now too, don't they?
Oh,
what? Vanilla.
The orange vanilla Coke.
Oh god.
You told me you liked it, right?
Oh my god, fellas.
Brian is the soda connoisseur of the group, by the way.
There's not many things.
That is his weakness.
There's not many things in life I love more than a nice cold soda.
Nice cool glass of soda pop.
It varies by the day. Which soda? Varies by the occasion which soda.
Obviously.
I will say Coca-Cola reigns supreme on the soda scale.
If you see a movie with anything other than cherry Coke, you are a serial killer to me.
Although I agree with you, and I'm not saying that I'm a serial killer. I might be a spree killer, kill a couple people.
just for fun.
But I enjoy cherry vanilla Coke at the movie theater now. That is now my movie theater.
I've never been able to handle vanilla in Coke.
Okay, so
that's just me.
Okay, so now that we've said all that, the orange vanilla Coke. Oh my god, I'm gonna make a bold statement, fellas.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a bold fucking statement.
Yo, the poster came down when he
exactly.
Said this. It got real.
I'm gonna make a bold statement here. Orange vanilla Coke is now.
Can't even say it.
Third favorite Coke. Third favorite Coke.
Wow.
Obviously, Coca-Cola.
We got a shake up in the top 5.
obviously, classic Coca-Cola has to be number one. I mean, you can never go wrong with a classic Coca-Cola ever, no matter what form it comes in: can, bottle, fountain,
The only problem with regular Coca-Cola is
glass.
the Mountain Dew version, or not the Mountain Dew. Sorry, goddamn.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, fucking send it. Is the McDonald's version? It's too sweet for me.
The McDonald's version
It's
is
the worst.
the McDonald's Coca-Cola is the greatest soda that exists on planet Earth.
God.
And you watch your goddamn tongue the next time
Yo.
you decide to speak out of line.
Kill yourself. I'm sorry. Fucking McDonald's puts way too much sugar in those syrups. I can't
Okay.
handle.
It's a special blend. Did you know that?
Yeah, I do know that actually. I
Yeah,
actually
and
read
it's
a whole
good as
article about
fuck.
it. And the way they do their straws,
Coca-Cola.
apparently,
Classic
goes into it.
Coca-Cola, number 1. Cherry Coke, number 2. Orange Vanilla Coke, number 3. This shit is good as fuck. I have a fucking 12-pack of it downstairs right now. It's the only Coke I'm drinking right now.
Wow.
You know you like it if you commit to the pack. You don't commit to a pack if you just kind of
Now,
fuck with it.
I have a question. Can you mix this? Mixed drinks?
I wouldn't.
Because it sounds like it might be okay with vodka. But
I will
don't do
also
vodka.
say it's more vanilla-y than orangey. Like you get the orange zest, but
Okay.
it's very vanilla-y.
Okay, so it's more like
Probably
a
a good choice.
dreamsicle than it is.
Honestly, it's an orange creamsicle pop,
Okay.
but Coke.
Both like a thin layer of orange and a lot of vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nailed
It's
it.
good.
Fucking nailed it on the review.
Anyway, what the fuck are we talking
I don't
about?
know. We're talking about sodas for some reason.
What is next? Does anybody have the list up?
We need to talk about the state of play.
Oh, that is next. Okay. God.
Yeah. So
PlayStation. Do you? Oh, go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I
Go for
literally just watched it. So
it. Okay, go for it.
so I watched it a couple days late. I know
I
you're
watched it yesterday.
on it
It's on me,
already.
don't go to bed.
I liked it. Honestly, I mean, as someone that has a PSVR, this was pertinent to me. This made sense to me. You know, I saw that they are now doing a VR version of, or they're adding VR to No Man's Sky. So I'm
No
going
Mansky?
to- No Mansky. It doesn't count unless you go Barnowski, guys. But I'm going to re-download that back onto my PlayStation now because that game was made for VR, or better yet, VR was made for No Man's Sky. The way it is now, like just this whole exploring space thing, this is exactly what I need in my life. This is what I need in order to get through this summer, and not hate myself.
Oh, okay.
And then I mean, obviously, I'm not a huge fan of Days Gone, but they showed a pretty long trailer about that. It looked kind of good. Obviously, I mean, whatever.
It looked kind of good. Anyway,
It's
we
not
were
really
going.
my thing, so I can be objective and say like I can see why this is a good trailer. I mean, the whole reason that they're not doing E3 this year is because they came out and said we don't have much to show.
Mm-hmm.
So
They showed everything last year and the year before
exactly.
that.
They
Most
blew
of those
their
games we
load
still don't
already.
even have. So
They're like, we're not going to give you any amazing things until we announce the PS5, and we're not ready to do that yet. So obviously, we're not going to get any big details on new games because all the new games are going to be for PS5. Like, it's fine. Like, that's cool. You gave us enough stuff. We spent all of our money on possible on PS4, and we got millions of games that are just beautiful.
I think that PS5 is closer than we think.
I think it's going to be a late 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Holiday 2020.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So, basically,
Days Gone will probably be like the last big game. You know what I'm
so
saying?
why put out anything? Why announce anything new for the PS4 when we're not going to get it on the PS4? You want to see it on the PS5, but you can't show it to us playing on the PS5 until you announce the PS5. So it doesn't make sense to show anything right now. So knowing that they don't have anything to show, and they are still going this fucking hard on the PSVR, that's showing us that Sony, for one, is not giving up on the PSVR, and that we're going to get a PSVR 2 once that PS5 is announced. Probably the year after that or so. And it also shows us that while they know that they have big hitters coming up to show us next year, they have enough content to keep people interested with what they have out now. So they showed us all the PSVR stuff, like, hey, this is our Nindies, basically. PlayStation VR is like Nindies. Smaller titles that are to a specific audience, right? Whereas, and then they also show at the end, their Days Gone, which, people are into. I'm kind of surprised they didn't show anything for that. What's it called? The Kojima game, Death Stranded.
Death Stranding.
I kind of
What? What are
expected
they
there to
going
be
to show?
something with that, but well,
Another whale floating in the sky?
exactly. That's which also makes me wonder, what the deal is with Death Stranding. Like, I'm not gonna play it. I already know I'm not gonna play it, but I mean, the only non VR games that they showed, I think, were Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone.
And Crash Team Racing.
Oh yeah, they did show Crash Team Racing. Yeah.
Okay, look, I don't have a VR.
Yeah.
Like me and Jacob spoke about before the show started. The majority of PS4 owners don't have VR. We looked it up. What was it? 3%? 5%?
5%.
5% of PS4 owners have PSVR.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, for your first state of play, for your first Sony Direct, like this is the first one we're doing. This is new. This is the first one we're doing. To base it on a primitive, I mean, not a primitive, but just a piece of hardware that, and I'm saying nobody, I don't want you to take it literally, but a piece of hardware that nobody really has is crazy to me. And thinking about it after we talked about it before the show started, I was thinking about it. I said, it's not crazy to have a state of play about VR. That's not crazy, which is what I initially said.
Mm-hmm.
What I think is crazy is the first one being about VR, because that's not why 86.1 million PS4s were sold was for VR. It's not.
But I mean, I think this also
let me
sets
finish.
the
Let me finish. But then you going back and saying there's nothing to show. I agree. There's nothing to show.
Yeah.
So you have to show what you got. So I think the state of play, they should have rolled this out better. Maybe they should have waited. Maybe they should have done it sooner. Maybe fourth quarter of 2018. It's weirdly placed in the year. They announced it a week ago, and then here you go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. I was annoyed that I watched it because it didn't show me anything. It showed me new footage of Days Gone, which I thought was cool. It got me more excited for Days Gone. It gave me Last of Us feels. It was cool. I'm not going to play Mortal Kombat, but seeing the trailers are cool.
Yeah,
they're
I mean, it looks
fun.
great.
They're really fucking fun to watch.
Yeah.
And
Never
all the trailers that they've put out have had hip hop scores in the background, which have been dope to see and dope to hear. That's like my dream, to see video games and hip hop fused into one. So, but those were at the end, and at that point, I was just annoyed that I wasted the time to watch it. So, it was a miss for me. Looking back on it, I get it now, and I respect it a little bit more. But it doesn't. It was a miss for me.
Again, I can see where you're coming from as someone that does not have the VR. Like, obviously, 90% of that show is for something that you cannot play. Right?
Yeah,
which is fine. That's how this shit works sometimes. But also, I mean, you have to see that PSVR is what Sony's pushing right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. I understand. Like once you started talking about it, I was like, it makes sense. This is what they have. You have to show what you have.
It's almost like they're trying to get enough interest in the VR before they release the next VR.
Yeah,
because I think Sony sees that this is going to be their future. Like this is their. They kind of struck gold with it almost, because these things sell out pretty quickly still. Like, it's still very difficult to find these in stores. Even if I don't know if you can do an Amazon search right now of whether or not it's available or not. But I know sometimes, even whenever I purchased it, it was like, hey, there's one left in stock. And I bought it on Amazon. Yeah. I mean, this was also, like 6 months ago or whatever.
There's just still nothing there's nothing on PlayStation VR that's like,
that screams you.
Bro, you got to get this.
Yeah, and also
they showed the very first thing in State of Play. They opened the show with Iron Man VR.
Yes,
I love Iron Man. I love Iron Man. I love Marvel Comics. Iron Man's probably my favorite MCU. Well, I mean, top 3 MCU characters. Mm-hmm. I should love this. And I was like, this looks like shit.
But that's the thing, though, too, is that VR does not look good on a video, on a flat screen. VR has to be experienced. You really don't know what a VR game looks like until you have that headset on. Until you can look around. You can see the fully rendered world around you. Because it just doesn't make sense on a flat screen. It looks like someone playing a cheap '90s fucking PC game. It looks
Yeah.
literally when you watch a VR game on a flat like video, it looks like that fucking Independence Day game that came with like your Wheaties back in the day. You remember that shit?
Nope.
There was a fucking in-box PC game for Independence Day that came in a box of cereal. You put in it's literally just like fucking shooting at alien ships as they fly across the screen. But
Caleb,
pretty
VR
cheesy.
available?
Yes, in stock on Amazon, $324.
Nice.
It's expensive.
That's a lot of money though.
That's a console. You can
Hey, you
pretty
know
much
what's
go buy a
not, though?
PS4 Pro.
That's
Comes with 2
Stadia.
games.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not
What's
bad.
good with
Borderlands
Moss
2
and-
VR and Beat Saber, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh,
Beat
Beat Saber is
Saber.
actually really
Yeah,
fucking
Beat Saber's
popular.
cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb, it's like a Guitar Hero, but you wave your
Mhm.
hands like this, and you have like lightsabers in your hands, and you like break
Hey guys, I'll be
boxes.
right back. By the way, I got to piss like a racehorse.
All right.
Is that like a Fruit Ninja type game?
It's more like Guitar Hero.
Am I like breaking them to the beat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's called Beat Saber. Yeah, and it's like literal lightsabers in your hand. Have you played with the VR at all?
I have not. I've always
Actually, you
wanted to
just
do.
got a PS4. Not too
I
long
did.
ago.
I only bought the PS4 because I wanted the Spider-Man game and it was exclusive.
Oof.
But
Beautiful game.
I've switched it to my main console now. Like all the new games I buy are PS4 games, not Xbox
Nice.
games. So
You were an Xbox player before?
yeah, the Xbox is actually right next to me in this closet, right?
Oh God, it's collecting dust now. It's an archive.
Yeah, because I've just been playing the PS4, so I was like, I don't need this taking up space on my table.
What are you playing right now?
I've been writing my thesis and all that, so I haven't beaten Kingdom Hearts, so I'm still in the middle of Kingdom Hearts.
I beat that.
I know. I saw.
I still have a little bit.
It's
of
fun. What I've played so far is fun.
I have a little PTSD still from Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just like I waited like 13 years for that game, and it's like, was it worth it? No. That they honestly should have. That game could have been released on PS3. I mean, that's how uncomplex it was. But whatever. What are you gonna do? Huh?
What are you guys talking about?
Oh, Caleb was telling me what he's playing, and we started talking about Kingdom Hearts, and I was just saying how I wasn't like that satisfied with
The ending.
end of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never played any of them, so I can't.
So State of Play. Jacob liked it. I didn't like it. You guys let us know how you feel about it.
Right.
Caleb, did you watch it?
I did
You
not.
didn't watch it, right? Do you even know what we're talking about?
It sounds like one of those conferences.
Yeah, it's like a keynote. It's like Apple keynote and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
I watched the Apple keynote.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
I did not. So, Caleb, you have to talk about that one for me.
It's a new thing that Sony's doing. You know, they're gonna do them periodically throughout the year. It's little conferences.
Like
Nintendo does it.
Yeah.
They're called Nintendo Directs.
Yeah.
PlayStation's called State of Play. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Speaking of Nintendo, rumored 2 new Switch models coming out. It's rumored to be one cheaper, one enhanced.
Yeah.
So my question to you guys, and which I'll answer real quick, is what do you think these things are going to be? At first, I thought the cheaper one would just be a docked version or just be a handheld version, but that kind of takes the Switch out of the Nintendo Switch.
No
Like the
longer
whole
a
point of it.
Switch at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. So I honestly don't know unless it's smaller. Maybe it's smaller. Maybe that'll be the cheaper one.
I read an article about this because the Wall Street Journal was actually reporting on this. So the enhanced version is going to be just weaker than the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, which basically tells me that it's going to be the strength of the PS4 and Xbox.
PS4,
right?
I figured
the same strength, which means it can do, bigger things.
That's what I figured the enhanced one would be.
It said about the cheaper version was that it would have less features. So one of the things that they pointed
We don't have fucking features on our Switches now. It's like you're talking about.
well, one of the things that they pointed out was the HD rumble will not be part of it.
Ooh.
So like stuff like the Joy-Cons won't have the features like the the rumble in the Switch is really fucking good.
That kind of takes it's brand new technology. That's why the Joy-Cons are so fucking expensive.
Exactly.
But
that's like
but that kind of takes
Mario Party.
that kind of that kind of takes away a lot of games you can play with no HD rumble. I mean, 1-2 Switch heavily relies on HD rumble.
Yeah, but okay, literally nobody plays 1-2
I'm
Switch.
just using that as an example.
You said nobody earlier. Nobody
But I mean,
plays
even
1-2 Switch.
even Mario Party.
That's why I said, yeah,
relies on
Mario Party.
Rumble, stuff
Mario
like
Party is
that.
one of those ones that, like, I mean, they'll probably have some form of rumble, but it won't be the HD rumble.
They're just gonna break apart the Wii U's and take the rumble pads out and just shove them in these cheap ass fucking Switches. All the Wii U's they couldn't sell.
They just put the pad in front of it.
Yeah.
It's the Wii U pad with some fucking Joy-Cons on the end.
Yeah. They're just gonna put new plastic around a Wii U and just ship it and put a Switch logo on it, and they're just gonna resell the Wii U's.
That would be some way to make some money back again.
So how do you make this thing enhanced? I mean, before we get into that, another question I have is, what's gonna happen with the dock at this point?
I think
Is it the same dock?
What I think is going to happen is the enhanced version is probably going to be, it's only enhanced when it's in the dock. Like they probably have a boosted GPU in that dock or something like that.
In the dock. Because as of right now, with a regular Switch, what we all have. Caleb, do you have a Switch, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. With the Switch that we all have, it's higher res when it's docked. Correct.
Yes. It can go I think docked it can do 1080 60p or 60 fp. But I think
but then
it's
handheld 720.
I think it's higher than 720, but like not much. Like it's still like.
But I'm saying, but we can all agree that when it's docked, it is higher. It is higher.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
so there's something in the dock that is enhancing that.
I think it's just power flow.
Okay, yeah, the Switch built-in screen 720p, 1080p when docked.
10, okay,
Gotcha.
When docked. So we're talking 4K when docked? 1080p undocked?
But it does say that it can't reach the same strength as the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. And the PS4 Pro, I mean, like, it struggles with 4K.
You're getting this you said you got this Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal, yeah.
We don't know if this is real.
Right. Are these analysts? Are they
These
guessing or are they
rumors?
Oh.
Yeah. So
I think Nintendo would be foolish if you're gonna put an enhanced Switch out for it not to be 4K.
Yeah, it'd be kind of. I mean, and
you know why I say that? I'm gonna broaden my theory.
Okay, go ahead.
Xbox is gonna pay for it. You're putting Xbox Game Pass on the Switch. Why not have it 4K at 1080p and let Microsoft pay for it?
I mean, I don't think Microsoft's gonna pay for it though.
Why? I mean, they need it.
Like they've
already pretty much said
build this machine for them though.
But Microsoft has already pretty much said just straight up giving Nintendo their games, we need you.
You know what though? I will say this is a temporary alliance. Once the next generation hits, if Xbox takes the lead again, they're dropping it. They're not going to keep that up. If they're winning the fucking console race, they are not going to keep giving Nintendo their shit. You know this.
I don't know.
This
I don't
is
know
a
anything.
help us catch up kind of
Forget
thing.
everything you know.
And Xbox is about to release their next generation of whatever it is they're doing.
Jacob, forget everything you know. Disney's about to put out R-rated movies. There's crossplay between Microsoft
Disney
and
porn is a long
Nintendo. Like, just forget everything you know, all right?
This ain't the world you grew up in.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ride out my Switch until the Switch 2 comes out because I'm not
gonna get enhanced. I don't need better graphics on Switch games.
That's not why I got my Switch.
Exactly. I mean,
So-
Zelda looks great at 1080. I don't need it to be doing anything more than what it's doing. I mean, the only thing I can think of that would be good about this enhanced Switch is it cuts load times for certain games like Zelda in particular, and cuts frame rate issues, which can be annoying at times, but it's not a make or break thing for me. So
I would almost rather say fuck these two new Switches and just give us better software in our Switch now.
say fuck these Switches and put that entire team that's working on those on the new Pokemon game and give us real-time battles. That's all I want.
No, it's not gonna happen.
That's what I want. I know it's not gonna happen, but that's what I want.
So Jacob, we're gonna leave you in the dark for the last part of the show.
Oh, thank God.
Actually,
Are you afraid of the
Before
dark?
we leave you in the dark, let me ask everybody who has seen Us.
I have not seen it yet.
Saw
Fuck.
it yesterday.
Fuck. So we can't talk about it because Jacob has not seen it.
Yeah, and I'm not
Thanks
gonna
a
see it
lot,
until I can
Jacob.
watch it in the comfort of my own home.
Why?
Because I'm a pussy.
It's not really that. It's honestly not scary.
Are there
It's
jump
not.
scares in this movie?
No.
There are jump scares,
Caleb
there?
tried to lie to me.
huh?
No, I really don't remember a jump scare.
I mean, yeah, when like the little girl's on top of like when the doppelganger girl's on top of the car.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
That's mild spoilers, but there are some.
They're predictable jump scares.
Yeah, Jacob. Honestly, I
That is
think
a
it'll
big
be
difference.
alright.
That is a big difference, actually.
Did you watch Get Out
Yeah, I love Get Out.
and you were fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch this.
Okay,
Easy.
cool. See, that's what I need to know. Oh, sorry, Bailey's actually in the back crying. She had anesthesia yesterday, so she has just been out of it the last couple days.
Well, I wanted to talk about Us, but since we can't talk about Us, Jacob, we're gonna leave you in the dark. You can chime in when you want. Me and Caleb are gonna talk Apple stuff. Apple had a keynote the other day. They announced a bunch of stuff. Finally, upgrade to Macs. You know, they haven't had an upgrade like the big Mac computers. They haven't had an upgrade in 2 years or 2 or 3 years, I think. So they're finally getting upgrades. A couple new, I think a new iPad, correct?
Yeah.
Caleb, new
Yeah.
iPad. New AirPods that are wireless charge now. Wireless
And
Bluetooth. Sorry.
You can just buy the case if you already have AirPods, so you don't have to buy a whole new.
Exactly.
And it'll be cheaper.
But the two big things we're gonna get into, and we'll do the one first, so Jacob can be super involved. Is really they announced 3 things, but the one we'll involve Jacob in is Apple Arcade.
Okay, I saw that.
Apple Arcade is a subscription gaming service that is pretty much Google Stadia's direct competitor. You know, Apple and Google software wise, you know, that they clash. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the 2 big things. So it is everything that we heard with the Stadia. Pick up and play wherever you want to. You know, but it is Apple products. That is
only
one
on
thing.
a Mac.
Exactly. That is what Apple does. It's from your phone, your iPad, your
Yeah.
Mac, blah 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 blah.
And that's why it won't be as good.
But
Apple TV.
Apple TV, you could also play on your Apple TV. Now, I will say this is a negative when it comes to this because you have to have all these Apple products. I will say that. Now, where I think Apple is going to have Google beat and where I think they beat them in the presentation of their streaming services is the games.
Really?
Apple already has over 150 games. I think 5 or 6 of them they showed in the keynote, and they look amazing.
So are these like new games or these
are
AAA
games on your. They are AAA games that are still so complex that you can play them on your phone, but you can also play them, you know, on all these devices. But what they have essentially done is taken AAA games and put them on your phone, and they look great. Jacob, you would be. Jacob is not a mobile gamer. He absolutely hates it.
Yeah.
You would be so impressed by these games that Apple showed. Like and they showed they had like little back and forth talks with like the people who made the games, and they were like, it is great. Nobody else gave us a chance, but Apple, you know, Apple started this platform and they gave us our chance, and now they're making AAA games for phones, for literally your phone, and it looks great. It looks great. Caleb, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I'm not a big mobile gamer either, but I saw some of those games. I was like, well, shit, I kind of want to play that. Like,
yeah.
The complexity of like it's not like this fucking like Flappy Bird tap shit. It's like
No.
intricate stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they're putting this on a phone. That's big.
Mm-hmm. It looked great, and it'll be a separate tab in your app on your app, your apps app. You know what I'm trying to say. You know, it'll be down there, and it'll say Apple Arcade, and it's just games. You stream games. You can buy, you know, it's a subscription, so you don't buy anything. You know, you just stream them. But it's dope. And maybe I think it's super dope because I do like Apple a lot. The only thing I don't have is an Apple computer. I'm kind of stingy with my computers. I really like PCs, but it looks like it could beat Google based on what we were presented.
And I think Apple really took the Sony approach and said, look, we have the games. Look what we have. We're going to be the best place for these games. And I thought it was impressive.
So, real quick, the only thing I have to argue with on this is that I'm looking at the games now, like they look great.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing here already, like it looks really good. My concern is gamers have a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to Macs and Apple products. Macs and Apple products have never worked well with gaming software. It always takes a long time for PC games to come to Mac, like literally years afterwards. So my concern is that just the stigma of Apple products not being great for gaming is going to hurt them. But I do think that Apple doing the same thing as Google is going to push that platform. It's going to funnel a lot of money into it to the point where it's going to push gaming culture that much further.
The only argument I have to your gaming and Mac thing, the only argument I have with that is these games are built at Apple. Like these games are developed at Apple.
I can see that.
So I think because they're developed for Apple, you're not going to have that issue.
I think that when it comes to the gaming community in general, or in particular, I should say, it's hard to break stigmas. You know what I mean? It's hard to get gamers to change their mind about things, even when they're presented with the information. Like, not to hate on gamers, I'm one too, you're one too, we all play games. But there's that, in the gaming community in particular, there's a vocal minority. And they will shit on something without any real knowledge of it. And them being loud turns other people away. I'm saying that's just my concern. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that's where I can see this falling on its face. Because
Caleb, did you watch the Stadia press conference or anything about the Stadia press conference?
I didn't. I just heard from the podcast that you guys talked about.
Okay, so Jacob didn't watch the Apple Arcade shit. Caleb didn't watch the Stadia shit. Mm-hmm. I watched both. What I will say is, what was presented on that given day, that Apple Arcade looks better.
Okay.
That Apple Arcade looks like it's going to be a better experience.
I mean, I think Google made the right choice by showing a big game that a lot of people love in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, though.
Yes. I think they will. I think the Google will get the big party, like the big developer AAA games, and that is where Apple will probably lack. But I think the fact that Apple can make these AAA games in-house will help them.
And Apple might end up with more people.
It's Apple. It's kind of hard to say no to Apple.
People have iPhones than any other phone. Mm-hmm. And around the world, obviously it's very popular. I just think that it depends on what they're going to charge for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know for Stadia either.
It's going to be hard to get people that aren't traditional gamers onto a new platform that they don't really trust.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they can get, the 2 billion motherfuckers or whatever it is that own an iPhone to pay $5 a month for Apple Arcade, then they won. They fucking won by far.
I like the name too, Apple Arcade. It's like very trendy. Moving on, Caleb, please explain to us more about the Apple TV. Because it's not just like the little device Apple TV that a lot of us have. It's like
I've literally never seen an Apple TV before.
Really? I have one downstairs in the living room.
Really?
Yeah, I got one in my living room.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm the only one. 5 feet away, baby.
You fucked up. So Apple TV, as we used to know it, it was just like a little box, kind of like a Roku. You get these apps and all that, and you can get like Netflix, HBO Go, all that good stuff. But what they're doing now is they've created Apple TV Plus, which it's still going to run on your Apple TV device, but you can also now download the Apple TV app on Roku, and there's one other device that I'll look up after I'm done talking because I can't talk and look up stuff at the same time. But you can download the Apple TV app on Roku and one other device and have the same kind of interface that you do. So that their subscription service, which is the big reason I think they've brought these to the other competitors. They've got a subscription service coming out, which will have only original content. So you won't be able to get your like NCIS or whatever else is on
Friends and
Netflix.
all that fuck
Yeah.
shit.
So all of the Apple TV Plus content is all original, but they've got TV shows and movies. So you get to choose between the two. And so during the keynote for this, they literally just brought out a bunch of people that were like acting or creating these shows. The whole thing was like storytellers. These were all the storytellers. So like they had like Steven Spielberg, they had Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell, Jason Momoa, so many people. And like the big name, like they brought out all these people to talk about their shows. Then they made it look like they were finished, brought out another video, and they're like, oh yeah, we also got Oprah, so we fucking win. So Oprah's got 2 documentaries coming to Apple TV Plus. That'll just be on that. So so if they've got the power of Oprah, I mean, you kind of can't beat that.
Every housewife in
Is she
America.
exposing more black men for her financial wills?
Possibly. She did say her first documentary was about sexual assault in the workplace and all that. So we'll see
That
if
is a
any
hard-hitting
new
Oprah
stuff gets
topic.
exposed, or if it's just stuff we already know. But she also mentioned a new version of her book club, Oprah's book club, where you can read the books. They'll announce the books ahead of time, but then you can watch a live feed of her talking to like the author, or
I
like,
thought you were gonna say of her reading the book. And I was like,
I was
get
expecting
the
to.
fuck out of here.
no,
Yo,
no.
fuck that.
It's a live feed of her having a discussion and like talking about the book and stuff with like the authors and things like that.
Jesus. No thanks.
But no, I mean, there's some shows on there that look really interesting. The Jason Momoa show, it's like there's this big like nuclear
He's that good of
something.
an actor.
But I mean, the premise of the show is like years ago something happened. All of human existence, everybody went blind. Only a few humans survived. This is years later, so people are like, were we ever able to see, or was that just a myth? Because everybody's blind in this civilization, and it's just like them getting through life. And then
Let me
Steve
guess,
Carell,
he's gonna be very wet for some reason, and he's gonna grunt a lot.
No, that's gonna be your wife watching it. It's gonna be very wet. Grunting.
He's not that good an actor. I mean, maybe because Aquaman is literally the worst movie I've ever seen. But
I still haven't seen it.
I
don't.
haven't either.
I've given up on the DCEU, so
Yeah, don't.
I don't
I
know.
want to see Shazam.
Shazam's gonna bring it back in, I think, but that's about it.
I am not fucking with this Apple TV Plus shit, because why pay for that when I can just pay for another streaming service and get a lot more fucking content? Like a lot more content.
I hear you. I don't think, because they don't have as big of a library, I don't think they're going to charge as much. But I think the quality of their content is what we're paying for. You know what I mean?
Not with Jason Momoa as your fucking star.
No, it's not Oprah.
That's one
Oprah
show.
brings you in.
And Oprah's bringing it in.
Oprah reading to me. But I mean, that's literally the same question, though, that everyone has with any time there's a new streaming service announced, though, is why do I need to spend another $10 a month? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get Disney Plus. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm literally paying for Netflix right now. I'm paying for Hulu. I'm right now paying for CBS All Access because
I'm
watch
paying for Hulu as well.
Fuck yeah. Someone needs to buy my fucking Netflix. That's what needs to go on. But I got the 4K one, so I got to keep it. But I'm paying for CBS All Access. Right now, I'm even paying for ESPN Plus because I want to watch my hockey games. You know what I mean? Like, I'm paying for
it's a lot of streaming shit.
Exactly, I'm paying for a lot of stuff. Like, I don't think it's a throwaway question to say what is it about this that makes me maybe choose this over paying for something else. But I mean, just like Caleb said, it's literally you have to decide for yourself: do you want to have Oprah reading books to you, or do you want to have
flagship show?
I mean, with Netflix,
it's getting to the point it's getting honestly to the point where it's which one of these streaming services is going to give me all of the live sports so then I can cancel everything else.
Yeah.
Because literally the only reason why I have cable is for live sports. I have all of the streaming services. I have Hulu. I have Netflix. I have HBO Now. I'm going to get Disney Plus. What? I don't need that cable.
I mean,
And
Hulu's
guess what?
trying to, but you have to basically pay a cable subscription every month in order to have it.
And guess what? The internet provides.
You're not wrong. Hey,
The internet
AAF,
provides.
the AAF is free to watch.
So anything. If my wife wants to watch something on fucking Bravo, but we don't have cable, guess what? Real Housewives of Who Gives a Fuck, season 8 Put Locker. Real quick fucking Google search, and I'm gonna find whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we don't need cable anymore, but yet it's so hard to cancel it. Honestly, the only reason why I have it is for live sports and like Bravo. Like, there's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even with Bravo, like, I mean, right now...
I'm using Bravo a lot as an example, but
Well, I
it's just
mean,
a
like, we're
thing.
watching, well, I say we. Lindsay's been watching Vanderpump Rules, right? And in order to watch Bravo...
Is Stassi still on that show?
Yeah, Sassy's still on that show.
What about Jax? Jax
Yeah,
is like
Jack's a
the
piece of shit.
dope. Nah, he's dope as fuck.
He's trying to act like he's a good person now. It's hilarious.
Caleb has no idea what we're talking about, but it's good.
So, like, we're
Yo,
watching...
Jax is such a dude. Like, I'm an
He's-
asshole.
He's the broest of the bros.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking hilarious. Tom's
Dude,
still
it's
a
like-
bitch.
Yeah, dude, I fucked her sister and her best friend, but like, what's the problem? Like,
But,
I
like,
didn't lie about
but
it. I didn't
love
do
that.
anything wrong.
But I was drunk. But no, what I'm saying is, like, with Bravo, like,
A terrible channel.
we log into the app using my parents' Xfinity, right?
Yeah.
Which, pretty common.
Like
People
what
do.
most 23 to 29-year-old people do.
Exactly. Because there's still the old white people still have cable.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually, these companies are going to catch on that that's what literally everyone's doing, if they haven't already. They should have already, and they need to up their game. So what they're doing now is every time, well, not every time, but when you log in originally onto a new platform to watch this app, it sends a text message to my dad saying, hey, use this code to verify that this is actually you logging in. So my dad just, literally, anytime he gets that text message, just forwards it to me. Like, hey,
Yeah.
here's the number that you need. Like, this is, he's like, who literally send me the number, like, hey, Xfinity code. Like,
Yeah, it's bullshit.
it's like they don't realize, like, I mean, I get it. If you gave your HBO Go password to, like, 15 people, right? You don't know.
Well, I mean, I think
Who
people were
sent
going
it
to
to?
jail for that shit. Like, I think like Netflix like really was suing people for that shit. Like, it was like it's gonna be like it's like a crime to do that.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a crime, but it's like Napster was a crime.
A lot of
Like,
people
no one
went down.
cares. Like, protect your shit better, if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like,
So Apple TV Plus, Jacob doesn't have any Apple products, so he's not
No,
gonna
I
get
don't.
it. I'm probably.
Wow.
They're not
Got
gonna.
all the Apple products.
Jacob did have an iPhone, and then he switched to a piece of shit Google phone. It's like a prehistoric phone. It's like he got the phone, and it's like the phone was 12 years old already. I was like, what the fuck is this, Jacob? It's this primitive fucking device that you have. But he loves it, so.
Yeah, I do. I'm an old white man. I'm
Last
The
literally-
reason
thing-
we have green dots in the group chat.
Yeah, exactly. Only reason why there's green fucking
Hey,
chat bubbles.
I can't see green or red. I'm part of the colorblind. Fuck it. Don't bother me.
Last
man.
major thing, and this will be quicker because we got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Apple released their credit card. It's called the Apple Card. It's literally,
Credit card?
yeah, it's
Holy
literally called
shit.
Apple Card, and it's a credit card, and it's not one of those bullshit credit cards like you'd only buy Apple products with.
Like the scope.
It is a credit card. It's a MasterCard actually, but
Well, I mean, like
but-
the Amazon card. I mean,
it runs on it basically runs on your phone. You know, I'll get to the zinger in a second, Caleb. I know what you wanted to say. It basically runs on your phone. It's part of your Apple Wallet. When you want to use it, you use blah 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 blah. Use it. Everything. It breaks down when, where, you used it like on food, entertainment, it breaks all that shit down. There's like a dial on how to pay, and like the more you pay, Caleb, you're smarter than me. Explain to me this thing that they were trying to get across, and they were like, oh, a credit card company that doesn't want you to pay less. I didn't get what the fuck they were saying.
Well, they were basically saying most credit cards love the interest. They love for you to take a longer amount of time to pay off your credit card because then they get to make more money off the interest. So they were saying in the app, you can have this little dial where it shows you like, all right, if I make this many payments, then I'll be paid off in this much. This is how much interest I'll pay. And you can just do the dial to see where you're at. So you can see how much interest, how much more money you'd save if you paid it off quicker.
So basically they're saying, look, we're the good guys. We're showing you how to save money. Whereas all these other credit card companies are assholes and they want to take more of your money. So that's cool. Also, it's instant cash back on everything you buy. Literally everything you buy is instant cash back, and rewards money, which goes to your Apple Card, which is kind of like Venmo or Cash App.
Apple Cash, yeah.
It's just Apple's version of it. And then you can use that money immediately wherever you want. So I thought that was really cool.
What's the cashback rate on it?
It's different for
different products, different
for everything that you buy. Yeah.
No, it's all the same. It's
is it?
Different.
I'm sorry.
It's different for how you use the card.
Okay.
So you'll get 3% if you use Apple Pay on the card. You'll get 2% if you 3% is if you go to buy something from the App Store or an Apple Store, like a brick and mortar store.
Apple Store. Okay.
Yeah. 2% is if you use the Apple Pay. And then the 1% is if you use the physical card.
Okay. Wow. Spoilers, Caleb. Fuck.
Sorry.
With the card. That was supposed to be the zinger. So
how is that a zinger?
Because their big thing is there's no number for your credit card. The number is like in this super tiny chip that's attached, that's in your phone, like in the depths of your security. So nobody will ever be able to get your number. So they were saying, if you want to say you're shopping somewhere that doesn't accept Apple Pay, and then they showed this fucking sweet ass hovering fucking titanium Apple credit card across the screen, and it's titanium and it's etched with your name in it, laser etched with your name in it.
That's it.
And that's it. That's the whole card. There's no number. There's no magnetic strip on it. It's nothing. So that's all it is.
So what you're telling me is that your credit card information is basically on your Apple account.
No, Apple never sees your credit card information. It's on your phone and the privacy chip. Only there.
So
in the privacy chip of your phone.
What's that thing called? The fucking SIM card then, or what?
No. It's literally a microchip that's on the motherboard of your phone.
Like it's specifically for private information so that it doesn't go to Apple. It doesn't go to any of these businesses. It's just on the phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So literally the most secure credit card that's going to be out when it finally launches.
You know what that means? That means every hacker is going to take that as a challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, they would literally have to have your physical phone, because they would need to duplicate that privacy chip.
That's what you think. That's what you think. They'll find a software.
So it's cool. Did they say when this was rolling out, Caleb?
Summer.
So I mean, I'm sure you have to be approved for it, like every fucking credit card. So if you have good.
But you can get approved on your phone. You apply on the phone, and when you're approved, you can instantly start using it that day because it's on.
Oh, okay.
So you have to wait for the physical card, but you can start using the Apple Pay feature immediately.
Oh.
If you can afford an iPhone, they should just go ahead and fucking give you the credit card. Fuck it.
But I mean, I'm probably gonna get this because it's dope, and I like to use Apple Pay right now, like with my regular debit card. Like it's the most fucking convenient thing on the planet. So,
right, and
why not?
And with those cash back, like instant cash back, it's like if you have the money, just use the credit card, pay it off immediately, and then you've got free cash right there. It's like
right there,
a no-brainer.
It's a no fucking brainer. Just like this show, no brains, no substance.
Baby, it's a no-brainer.
It's been the longest episode we've had for a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
but
We've
I
been doing
think we're
short
out.
shows lately. It seems like.
I think we're out. I
Yeah.
think we're done.
I got nothing to say about that credit card.
Please like, share, follow, comment, all that good stuff. Get our name out there. Help us quit our day jobs. If you want some merch, DM, we'll send you a shirt. Head over to that Patreon, kick us a couple bucks. Again, help us quit our day job. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for kicking it with us. We appreciate it. Jacob, take us out.
Yeah, and thanks again for Caleb coming in here with the knowledge of a lot of this shit, because I was not able to talk to any of that Apple shit. But that'll do it for us, guys. I'm Jacob Wolf. He's Brian Davis. And that was Caleb Edley. But together we are Bad Wolf Entertainment. And just remind you ain't got no shit to run your mouth.
Peace.
And the audacity, and a big shout out to everyone that came out and watched on the Twitch. We really appreciate you guys as well. That is really big for us. So big shout out to you guys. This is all going to be on the YouTube, all this post show. We're going to try and do a little bit more pre-show, I think, next time, maybe. Maybe give it a full 5 minutes or something like that of just bullshitting. Couldn't do it this time. There was some confidential Battle of Entertainment news going on in there. So big shout out to you guys. Really appreciate it. Make sure to tune in next week as well. Peace.